Welcome back. We've been speaking with a couple of Iowan children's book authors here this morning. We have Becky Carlyle. She is the author of Baby Squashy Face. And then we also have Megan Cline. She is the author of Winston Winks. So thank you for staying with us here this morning. You have a book signing that's coming up first part of March at Barnes & Noble. Kind of let's recap when that's taking place. And then we're going to get into some the nuts and bolts behind actually writing and publishing.
Yeah, it's March 9th. At 2 p.m. at the Barnes & Noble on University.
Okay, great. Well, we look forward to kids can come out and they can hear the story, and that'll be fabulous. Okay, so you guys have a great story in regards to how you've supported one another through the publishing process. Because getting a book written it's not or published. It's easy, getting the book written is one thing, but getting it published is another.
Yes.
So talk about just some things that you've learned along the way that would be helpful for. I know there's a lot of writers out there, and that's the big thing. I have all of these stories, and how could I maybe take them a step further and actually get them out into the world where people can actually read them?
Yeah, one of the things is just knowing what route you can take, and I chose a route called hybrid publishing.
Okay, explain that. What is hybrid publishing? Because I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's literally a mixture between traditional publishing and self-publishing.
Okay.
So the traditional publishing side, they provide editorial, illustration, design layout, printing, marketing help if you want it, and the list goes on. It's like a package deal that you can pick and choose from what you need, but you as the author, you have to pay for it. So you have to raise funds, with your savings, find an investor. You can do a Kickstarter program, which is something you can look into.
It's a bit of an investment in your product.
It's an investment for sure. So that's the route I chose to do, and it's a great route for first-time authors because we don't know how to get the copyright and do the ISBN numbers and all those things that we had to learn along the way. They help you, and so I hope that people can be inspired. I went through Mascot Books Publishing, but she went through someone else, but essentially it was the same process.
So if people at home, if they're researching hybrid publishing, is that kind of how you just did some research and went online and kind of?
Well, I read a book called The Ultimate Guide to Kickstarting Children's Books by Emily Grosvenor.
Okay.
And there's a list of hybrid publishers right in that book. And so then I just did my research from that. And I also listened to an Audible book called How to Publish Your Book by Jane Friedman. And that kind of gave me a taste of the publishing world. They talk more about the traditional publishing route, but those two books are great books to get you started.
Okay. That's good to know. We'll make those available on our website too, so we can link people to them. What have you learned as part of through this whole publishing process as a writer?
Well, as Becky, I had a company, a publishing company. I had spoke to on the phone 3 different companies, and I picked the final one. But what I found out is they provide with you a specialist. I had a publishing specialist. Her name is Astra. Hi, Astra. And I love her. She's wonderful. But you need to connect with these people. You're communicating all the time to them. They are taking you through every step of the way. And I had a really great file management system. We were sending files back and forth. It's all electronic now, so it makes it really easy. I cannot imagine before the internet how long this
waiting
process
for things
would take.
to come in the mail and mailing them out.
Because this took about 6 months from the time of submitting the manuscript to it being released. 6 to 9 months is what the average.
That doesn't really sound that bad.
No.
I would assume that maybe it would take a little bit longer. I was wondering what the process
Mine was
there.
about a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just depends.
Yeah.
And now do they need to, I know you can invest in your product a little bit further to kind of help that publishing aspect along, but is there an acceptance? Do they have to approve your content and so forth?
Yes. So you submit your work, and my company, I submitted my manuscript, and I submitted 5 stories, and it went to their chief editor.
Okay.
And I anxiously waited for that email to come back of basically approving that they would move forward with it. It's nerve-wracking because it's send information and wait, send information and wait.
Yeah.
And I had an hour interview essentially from the publisher saying, are you a good fit for us? We love your book, but are you as an author a good fit for our company? So it was like an interview, and then at the end she said, well, I would like to provide you with a contract, and it was just like, whoa, this is happening, and it was very exciting.
So now there's a festival that's coming up, the Writers Festival that's coming up at the end of March, which has tons of great information and workshops and different things. Share what that event is all about, because that is another place and an opportunity for people to go and learn more.
So the Des Moines Book Festival is on March 30th. It's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Capitol Square, and there will be over 20 local authors there that will be sharing and selling and discussing their works. There are some national best-selling headliner authors there. There is Nnedi Okorafor of Black Panther, Garth Stein, he wrote The Art of Racing in the Rain, and Susan Orlean, who wrote The Library Book. There's all day long, there's food and live music and hands-on activities. There's activities for kids. So it's a really great event, and we hope you come see us. We're going to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out.
So come see us first, and then explore and have food and have fun. But we're there from 10 to 11:30.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And what a great way to to have the access to all of those different people and their different books and the process, because it's it's probably a little bit different for all of the different authors.
And we even learn talking to other authors still.
Yes.
So,
well, we look forward to learning more about, seeing more books from both of you. And again, we have Megan Cline. You can go to Megan Cline Books. She has Winston Winks book available. You can pick that up at Barnes & Noble and online as well. And we have Becky Carlyle's book, Baby Squashy Face, and you'll find her at BeckyCarlyleBooks.com. So visit both of these lovely authors' websites, learn more about them and their story, and then also Barnes & Noble book signing coming up on March the 9th, and then the book festival coming up there at the end of March. So lots of great opportunity for those of you who are writers out there and wanting to learn more. And I love to collect books by Iowa authors, so we'll add these to our collection as well.
Well, thank you for having us. It's actually my birthday today, so being able to
hang
out with you is a great present. So
yes, that's right. Being on TV, sharing what you love, and the beautiful books that you've written, that is a great way to celebrate
my birthday.
Well, thank you both for coming in and sharing. It's very generous of you to share the information that you know with everybody out there, because I know there's a lot of people with stories within them, or have already written them, and
get them
now
out
what
there.
do I do with them? So hopefully
We're here to help
everybody the courage and inspire them and some resources to actually take action on that.
Yeah.
All right, Megan and Becky, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come right here on Iowa Live.